So I want to read to you real quick this article for Professor Orlando Patterson, Will We Witness the End of Race in America? So the backstory is, got this article while I was in jail back in early 2000s, and it was so dope. I kept it with me all these years, and I had put it in this magazine right here. Another one of my failed projects, but it was going to be the #1 article right here. It's so poignant. I'm only going to read a few paragraphs of this article, and then I hit up a couple guys that I think that could really, put the nail in the coffin and explain what's going on right now. Okay, keep in mind this stuff was written like 20 years ago. W.e.b Du Bois predicted that racial divide that plagued America will be made obsolete by migratory social and biotechnological developments. The strongest might be called the California system, a hybrid population, mainly Eurasians, but with a growing Latin element, will come to dominate the middle and upper classes and will grow exponentially, especially after the 2020s. Lower class Caucasian, middle class racial purists, and most African Americans under pressure from the endless stream of unskilled Mexican workers will move away. Those African Americans who remain will be rapidly absorbed into the emerging mixed population. The California system will come to dominate the American and the Canadian Pacific Rim. Keep in mind, this article was written 20 years ago by Orlando Patterson. So in that particular paragraph, it's talking about if you live in California, you need to speak Spanish by the 2020s. You're going to be absorbed into the emerged mixed population. But what really made me like this article was the last paragraph. For the first time in the nation's history, young, poor, and alienated Caucasians, African Americans, and Latinos will find common ground based on social resentment and a common lumpentrolian hip-hop culture. Even as these young people periodically engage in murderous racial gang fights, intermarriage, and miscegenation will escalate as the young poor of all the races break away from present gender and racial taboos. I actually see that stuff going on right now, where you got white kids saying they don't like being white. Rappers. You can see it right now, so I don't even have to go into all that. But I thought that was a very great article. Professor Patterson.
African Americans in the inner cities and out are among the most law-abiding group of people in America. They're also the most God-fearing and church-going group of people in America. This is the 80% of black Americans who are the ones who are calling for police protection. But instead of getting police protection, they got police abuse. So there you have, in a nutshell, what the problem is. They generalize it. They disrespected the entire black community. So the black community found itself between a rock and a hard place, a rock of police brutality and a hard place of the minority of disconnected gang-based youth with their violence. And instead of being protected, they found themselves being disrespected by the police and living in an environment which was really, hellish.